This is Viewers Corner News. Our news analysis today are on: a bill seeking to criminalize protests in Nigeria is what members of the National Assembly will like to approve quickly for their selfish gains. Nigeria's government admitted that the Igbos were asked not to board the bus from the war zone in Sudan to a safer place, showing a deep hatred for the Igbo tribe in Nigeria. Some outgoing governors in Nigeria are proposing outrageous pension bills that would favor them. Alhaji Bola Tinubu, the president-elect of Nigeria, wants to make corruption unattractive and also reform the Nigerian judiciary. We ask how. The APC, President Buhari's government, will make governance extremely difficult for the incoming government of Nigeria through reckless borrowing of funds. Stay with us. A bill seeking to criminalize protests in Nigeria is what members of the National Assembly will like to approve quickly for their selfish gains. Protest is part of a democratic system, a situation that gives or requires the public to send a clear message to leaders, especially when issues of governance are not going the right way. This process should not be caged by anyone or group of people by making laws that will ban citizens of any country from carrying out protests in a democratic government. So the Viewers Corner News team is calling on members of the House of Assembly of Nigeria to kill such an undemocratic bill and focus more on bills that would improve the living standard of all Nigerians. We would also use this opportunity to call on members of the National Assembly of Nigeria to understand that the whole world is watching and listening to the proceedings of how laws are made in Nigeria. The way leaders in Nigeria handle their citizens would speak volumes, which may also determine how other nations in the world would treat Nigeria and her citizens. Again, the lawmakers at the National Assembly should do what is right for the people of Nigeria by discussing and possibly passing into law bills that would bring development to the country instead of sponsoring irresponsible bills that would make Nigeria a laughingstock in the presence of the world. Nigeria's government admitted that the Igbos were asked not to board the bus from the war zone in Sudan to a safer place, showing a deep hatred for the Igbo tribe in Nigeria. If Nigerians examine themselves properly, they would understand that the elderly politicians in power are the ones misleading a few Nigerians and making them hate each other. These elderly politicians in Nigeria are so wicked, evil, and manipulative. The only way they can divide some ignorant people in the country, especially the youths, is through propaganda so that they can hate each other more. Our point is that if you travel out of Nigeria, you would discover that Nigerians living abroad who are from different ethnic groups of the country are happily married to each other and living comfortably. Hence, the Viewers Corner News team is appealing to all Nigerians, especially the youths, to ignore these elderly, wicked politicians in the country who are using ethnicity and religion to divide the people of Nigeria. Nigerian youth should work towards the unity of one Nigeria, where both the Igbos, the Yorubas, and the Hausas, irrespective of religion, would come together as one big family. The best way such a system can be achieved successfully is by allowing Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party, whom the youths of Nigeria voted for massively during the February 25 presidential election, to lay a good foundation towards building a progressive nation that would work for all Nigerians. Again, the government of Nigeria went to Sudan to evacuate Nigerians, and when they got there, the issue of state of origin was brought into play instead of trying to rescue all Nigerians. Some were even asked to go down from the bus after they had entered, as alleged. This is so sad. But when the chairman of Air Peace, who is an Igbo man, brought his plane to rescue all Nigerians in Sudan, he did not say that the Igbo should enter first. But as a Nigerian, he decided to rescue all Nigerians trapped in Sudan, which is great. This is not the first time he is doing this type of great work for his country, while those wicked politicians in power are busy manipulating the people of Nigeria, which is sad. Some outgoing governors in Nigeria are proposing outrageous pension bills that would favor them. The Viewers Corner News correspondent has seen a document believed to be Governor Samuel Ortom's proposed life pension bill. This bill is outrageous. You served your state for only 8 years and are about to leave office as governor of your state, and you are proposing a bill to take 4 cars every 4 years, your full salary as a governor, a yearly vacation abroad, and many more. This is outrageous. If a governor can get this amount from the Benue state government every year, then every 4 years, when a new governor is elected to office and his tenure of office ends, he is going to join the list of ex-governors in Benue state who shall receive similar benefits. Then, in the future, Benue state may not have money to pay other pensioners. Our point is that there are other pensioners in Benue state who worked for over 40 years and still get peanuts as pension allowance, if they are paid at all. Now you have a governor who has served only 4 or 8 years and wants to have the treasury of the state to himself alone. This system, in our opinion, is not right. This is an injustice and part of the corruption we have been speaking against for so long. Hence, the Viewers Corner news team is calling on the leadership of Nigeria, both at the federal and state levels, to end such a terrible issue. A complete pension reform should be carried out in Nigeria, where all pensioners should have better living conditions. Again, a governor who served his state for only 4 or 8 years is not better than someone who puts all his life in the service of his nation and, in the end, gets a peanut as a pension allowance. This is unacceptable and has to be changed. Alhaji Bola Tinubu, the president-elect of Nigeria, wants to make corruption unattractive and also reform the Nigerian judiciary. We ask how. The president-elect of Nigeria, Alhaji Bola Tinubu, whose identity is not properly known, said recently that he would reform the judiciary of Nigeria and make corruption unattractive. This is a man who is believed to have looted the Lagos State Treasury when he was the governor of that state. Until now, he is still in charge of the Lagos State Treasury. Lots of corruption, drug issues, and properties he allegedly acquired in the United Kingdom are known to Nigerians. So how can such a man at this critical period say that he is going to fight corruption and reform the judiciary of Nigeria? Maybe reforming it to his own advantage. Who knows? Again, Alhaji Bola Tinubu is a man with too many faces, which Nigerians are beginning to unmask. Now this same man with lots of terrible issues is trying his best to bribe his way to the presidency of Nigeria. The Viewers Corner news team wants to remind Alhaji Bola Tinubu that the road to the presidency of Nigeria shall be excellent, meaning that for anyone to answer His Excellency, he or she must have all the good qualities of a leader. Without being told, the world is aware that Alhaji Bola Tinubu, the Independent National Electoral Commission of Nigeria, and members of the All Progressives Congress stole the mandate of another presidential candidate, who won the presidential election of February 25, which shall be proven in the court of law in Nigeria. Nigerians both at home and abroad are calling on the judges to do the right thing by going through all the evidence and giving a fair judgment. The APC, President Buhari's government will make governance extremely difficult for the incoming government of Nigeria through reckless borrowing of funds. The Viewers Corner news team is of the opinion that the APC, President Buhari's government knows that Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party is certainly going to reclaim his mandate through the court of law. So they have chosen to keep on borrowing money from the international community so that in the end, the All Progressives Congress members and their supporters would say that Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party is unfit to govern Nigeria properly. Now hear our point. Recently, it was alleged that about $188 billion were borrowed just for census purposes, and part of that money has already been given to the census office as alleged. This is one of their plans to make things difficult for the incoming government. Census is important, but spending such a huge amount of money on that project at this critical period is wasteful. There are other important areas where such money can be more useful. Again, if Nigerians can add together all the money APC, President Buhari's government has borrowed so far, it has reached an alarming level. But we believe that if, in the end, Mr. Peter Obi becomes the president of Nigeria, he will bring everything under control because he is a good manager. The Viewers Corner news team believes in him, and he is the only leader who can repay all the loans Nigeria is owing and still execute his projects in Nigeria, which would benefit all Nigerians. Therefore, Nigerians should be hopeful because Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party will reclaim his mandate through the court of law. If you want to get more analysis on politics and good governance, health issues and others, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell. Thanks for watching. This is Viewers Corner News Channel.